All right, good morning, traders. Today is September 22nd, 2023. My SPY pivot this morning is 434.57. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. All four indices and the FNGU are in daily downtrends. All right, today begins the possible, not saying it's going to happen, fourth price advancement candle on the bearish daily MMRP and SPY. All right, possible. We'll see. All right, U.S. dollar index, and that would be the U.S. dollar and crude oil USO remain in daily uptrends. SLV is in an hourly uptrend, but still consolidating for weeks now over 2050 on the daily chart. GLD also in an hourly uptrend and consolidating for weeks now over the 175 level. UNG still stuck in consolidation channel between 6 and 750. Let's go look at some charts. Good morning, Lenny. All right, so here we have daily chart of the SPY. Here's our trend right there. It's down. We got a lower high, and we got a lower low. It's a downtrend. Running away from the trend indicator here, getting a little overextended. Notice trend indicator's way back here at, let's get the crosshairs up. Trend indicator's back here at 443. Price action down here at 431. Actually 432 in the early morning hours, but here we are, 431. So you can see price action, the 3 and the 8, all underneath our 17 EMA trend indicator. Market is weak. All right, so what am I looking for here? I'm looking for, and we've hit a technical support area, and I would look for price action to start forming a base through here, and it'll probably be about 4 or 5 days. All right, I would think I really don't expect a rip all the way back to the trend line. I really believe that the market's weak. Obviously, something's not working, and I would think that we start to form a base. So what am I expecting for price action? I'm expecting price action to stay below the quad lines. Here's the move, high to the low. Where could the market pull back? Well, to the lower 30%. So the market could pull back to an area roughly about 437 and still be bearish right there. All right. So I'm expecting pretty much price action to hang out here in quadrant 1. May even make some lower lows throughout this consolidation. So here's the move. I'm looking for some more consolidation over to the right. Probably for at least 3 to 4 to 5 days right here. So my plan of action is I'm going to put on some call spreads, and I'm going to put on some put spreads. So I'm going to put some call spreads on, and because it's probably the likelihood of this just rebounding right away, it's just going to chew up time. So for me, here we are down here the second time. We were here before, back in August. For me, it makes sense to put on spreads that just chew up time, because as time expires, those spreads pay me money. So bear call credit spreads and bull put credit spreads right through here. Just let it consolidate. Not really interested in picking the bottom. I just want to see it consolidate and then tell me which way it wants to break. whether it wants to break back up or whether it wants to break back down, or if it's going to fail to make new lower lows, or if it's going to fail to make, if it's going to fail to breach the midpoint. That's what I'm looking for in SPY. So let's go take a look at QQQ. I think QQQ does the same thing. Let's get a clean chart of QQQ. Let's try this one for a minute. Downtrend. You've got lower highs, a little bit lower low there. Not quite the lower low that we're looking for here, but here's QQQ coming down in here, making lower highs. Here's a lower high right there, and then there's your lower low. So we are in a daily downtrend. Notice here's our trend indicator way back here, at 370. Price action, the 3 EMA and the 8 EMA, all underneath the midpoint. Again, I'm looking for just consolidation. This QQQ even has some more room to move down. We'll see what happens. All right, so QQQ in a downtrend. Looks like it's getting a little bounce today. Let's go take a look at FNGU. All right, now FNGU, this is the one that moves the markets, all right? Especially the indices like SPY and QQQ. All right, so wherever this goes, it's going to jerk those two indices around with it. IWM, I'm not so sure that it has any weighted stocks in it, so it's not going to jerk it around as much as like FNGU will. So FNGU in a daily downtrend. We got lower lows. We got lower lows and we got lower highs. So here we are with FNGU caught up under the neckline right here of our head and shoulders pattern. Okay, so here would be the head. This would be the right shoulder. This would be the left shoulder. There's the left neck, the right neck. Slap a line right in there. There's your neckline. Price breaks through. We're weak. And notice we didn't even get all the way back up to the neckline. And we're in the middle of an H pattern rollover right now. So I want to see these lows get tested, and they probably consolidate. They'll probably do the same thing. Just consolidate over to the right for a week or so. And again, I'm expecting just consolidation right here, and then decide which way, if they want to break out to the upside or break down and go further to test support down there. So there's FNGU. Now let's take a look at IWM. All right, IWM also in a downtrend. Here's the high. Here's the lower high. Here's the lower low. Head and shoulders pattern. This would be the head, all of this right here. This would be the right shoulder. This would be the left shoulder. Those of you in the room here at BYOB and watching the 5+5, this should be no secret to any of you, because, we announced it. I pretty much said we have a left shoulder forming and we have a head. Let's look for the right neck to be formed, and then the right shoulder. So, this head and shoulders pattern on the IWM and the SPY should be no surprise, because, I was saying I see a possible formation of the head and shoulders pattern probably about a month ago. So there you go. There's IWM. All right, and here is the neckline from here to here. Price breaks the neckline. The nice thing you got for IWM is the breakdown might not go too far. You got a whole lot of consolidation here. About 2 months of consolidation, and I would suspect price to get held up there. So there's another reason for price action to just move to the side. Really, just move to the side for 4 or 5 days. All right, so there's IWM, head and shoulders neck bearish pattern, breakdown right into support right through here. So I'm expecting just a move to the right. Just consolidate over to the right. Probably have a fake breakout to the upside, a little more down. We'll see what happens. But this is IWM. Now let's go take a look at Diamond Dow. Here's Diamond Dow. Now Diamond Dow putting in got a lower high here. We got a higher low, and we're just now challenging the lows here. So Diamond Dow just barely inking out the daily downtrend down here. All right, so we got a daily downtrend in Diamond Dow. Let's try to find a cleaner chart. And let's pick on this one for a minute. Okay, bulls. Bulls need to get it back up here and break the downtrend line. Bears. Bears are breaking the uptrend line. See right here? This is our uptrend line. Bears are breaking through it. Again, you got the head and shoulders pattern on Diamond Dow as well. Left shoulder, the big head, and the right shoulder right there. Draw a line between the two necks and watch as price breaks through. So there's Diamond Dow, head and shoulders pattern, breaking through the uptrend. Let's go take a look at USO. Here's USO. It's in an hourly downtrend, but it's definitely in a daily uptrend. So on a smaller time frame, it was pulling back. On the bigger time frame, we've got higher lows and higher highs. USO is very bullish. Like to see it consolidate here over the $80 level. Maybe even pull back to 77 and waffle back and forth. Like to see some consolidation for about a month. So there's USO. Let's take a look at Nat Gas. Nat Gas still in the same position as it has been for 8 months now. 6 months. Okay, just a consolidation channel between $6 and $7.50. You can see it right through here. Occasionally making a little pop out, but failing each time. Here's a pop out, failed, pop out, failed, pop out, failed. The only thing good about UNG is they have set the base about 50 cents higher. You can see down here the base was leaning on the 6. Now you can see that the base is leaning on the 650 area. Okay, it's risen just a little bit there. That's a good sign. All right, for the bulls. All right, not for the consumer, but for the bulls, that's a good sign. So there's UNG, and we'll take a look at the channel that it's in. You can see it right here. All right, just a long channel, 750 and 6 right there. Let's take a look at silver. All right, here we are with silver. Silver, bulls need to break the downtrend line. Bears need to break the uptrend line or the support at 2050. Just a consolidation triangle, a move up, bullish consolidation over to the right. If we look at that on a different chart, we've got this one right here. You can see price action just stuck in this channel. Just fish around the edges there. That's until we get the breakout. Just fish on the edges. GLD. GLD, same bullish consolidation, move up. Here's the point of origin, moves up, then consolidates. Bulls need to break the downtrend line. Bears need to break the 175 support level. And you can see just price consolidating right there. Again, fish the edges in the breakout channel. It's getting kind of close now. I don't think I'd fish the edges any longer. I'd just kind of wait and wait for price to decide which trend line is going to dominate the future price action. So there's GLD. Now let's take a look at the U.S. dollar index. And there we go. So here's the U.S. dollar index. All right, this has a big impact on the markets. Why? A dollar with higher value, all right, against the other foreign currencies makes our goods and services more expensive, and therefore we're less competitive in the global markets. That does not help our GDP. That's our gross domestic product, which kind of measures how much money we take in as a country by exporting some of our goods and services. So you can see here price action up to the 105.50 area. So that's not good for the markets as price keeps rolling up through there. And let's go take a look at our economic calendar. Today we got PMI composite flash at 9:45. We'll see how that goes. Let's just go take a peek at next week. So we are on the 22nd. We want the 25th. Let's just go see what the 25th says. So here's next week, all right? Monday, not much happening. Tuesday, consumer confidence at 10, new home sales at 10. Wednesday, durable goods at 8:30, petroleum status at 10. Thursday, GDP right there. Okay, that's the one I was just talking about. So they're gonna give us some GDP data. That's gross domestic product at 8:30 in the morning on Thursday. That would be the market mover right there to see how if gross domestic product is increasing with the high dollar value at this time. And then we got jobless claims at 8:30, international trade goods on Friday. So really a light week until Thursday when we got GDP at 8:30. All right. Let's take a look at earnings. Earnings for today. Earnings for today are nothing but small caps and ADRs. So nothing really to be spooked about. For Monday, a lot of small caps. Nothing major on Monday. On Tuesday, we've got Cintas. That looks like $51 billion on Cintas. Costco, $245 billion. Now that could have an impact on the retail sector, right there with Costco. So Tuesday is the big day, and that'd be at closing time on Tuesday. Max Payne. Let's go look at what Max Payne's going to be for today. 442.50. I don't see it. Not a chance in sight. Puts the call 2 to 1 puts for every call for today, September 22nd. I really don't think they're going to go for 442, but they have been known to surprise me. So we'll see what happens. So that's it. Let's take a look at some technical indicators. All right. Here's our T2122 15-minute chart. Why do I like this? I like to watch for the lower highs and the lower lows. You can see here's the price action the day before. Here's the price action yesterday. We just ripped right out of the chop zone, right into the oversold zone. Let me just move this over so people can see that. Sell zone right there, chop zone. Move this over here. We're not up here, so I'm not even going to move those. All right, so here we are in the oversold zone. Does not mean we're going to get a bounce. All right, we have been in the oversold zone before, and we have hung out there for a whole week. All right, so there's not doesn't mean just because we're in the oversold zone, everything's going to bounce today. All right, market is still bearish. Don't think that just because we're in oversold, we will bounce. All right, we have a little bit of a bounce in the pre-market. Just be cautious. All right, that's all I'm going to say. Just be cautious. Again, I'm not expecting anything major to happen today. I actually expect Max Payne area slim was 442. I don't see that happening. Anyways, I expect price action to just move over to the right. If you noticed on the economic data, there's nothing that's probably going to move the market till Thursday in the GDP. And that pretty much confirms what I suspect to happen in the market is for price to just consolidate, meaning the SPY, over to the right for the next week or so. So for me, my best plan of option is just to sell spreads because it's probably going to get stuck there for the next week until GDP comes out. and then it's going to probably make an attempt at one way or the other. So that's what I'm looking at. So there's T2122. Again, in the oversold. T2123. It's a 15-minute chart. See the space? Whole lot of space between trend indicator and price action on the 15 for T2123. T2123 3-bar. Notice a whole lot of space has opened up on the 3-bar chart. Okay, so market's pulling in some more right here. So not good. Everything's bearish at this time. Markets are in a daily downtrend. The only one that's going to really kind of help turn some stuff around is going to be that FNGU. So this is the one to keep an eye on because this is the one that moves SPY and QQQ. For FNGU, I don't see anything, probably just a whole lot more consolidation here. Now, FNGU's got a long way to go to find support. This is the daily chart. All right. I mean, we're looking at, think about this, people. If we break down below this, you know, we're probably headed for 104 right there. All right, that's the closest sign of support right there. You got a little peak right here, and I think if FNGU starts to break down to this area right here, this 104 area, I think SPY will definitely be at 420 or 400. So, just saying on FNGU. All right, if they break through this pivot low right here. Now, they're here. This is an M pattern. What happens in the M pattern? I say it all the time, all right? So I'm going to crash that out, take that out. I'm going to find a clean chart so I can show you what to expect from the M pattern. All right, with the M pattern, this is what you get. Okay, you got to move up. And there's your middle apex right there. There's to move up. There's your M pattern. What happens is a battle zone opens up right through here, right at the apex. And a battle zone will start to open up right through here. Won't be a month long, but there will be a battle, probably a week-long battle where bulls and bears will have it out right here. All right? And then after the end of the battle zone, the victor will emerge on the other side. All right, so it's probably going to be a week-long battle. Might even be a 2-week battle. But right here at the apex, right there, okay? At the apex, a battle will start to break out, and bulls and bears are just going to have it out right about here. Okay? That's probably what's going to happen. And then the victor, they're going to come out on the other side. That's how I play M patterns. Maybe get a W. Well, that would be nice. We had a W that failed, though. See what happens? If you look at it with my other drawing tools. Okay, you had a W here. And then we went back up. You see the battle zone right through here. And then hence, you got the rollover. They didn't win. The Bulls didn't win. Right there on that W pattern. Be nice if they challenge it one more time and we just hit a channel. Be nice just to consolidate up here, and then that could happen too. Price could just consolidate over to the right for 2 or 3 months. That could happen as well. But on the last W pattern, the bulls lost. Hence, we got the M pattern. And now we'll see if the bears will lose. Right there. Yep, consolidation till Thanksgiving. I gotta agree with you on that, Rickster. I really do. I see that. Unless bad economic data comes out, I mean, as long as oil keeps grinding higher and the dollar keeps grinding higher, I gotta think that I don't even know if we'll last till Thanksgiving. I just see further downside till we get to some technical support area. Yeah. We'll see what happens. Okay, traders, this is a like kind of a risk off situation here. In SPY, think about how much risk you want to put on. The market is at a technical spot where it should probably grind to the right or grind its way down. Okay, so we don't have a pattern, a direction other than down, and you're in the oversold area already. So the best likelihood is to let some of the stuff bounce and then short it because the market's weak. And I expect, well, normal price action would be, a consolidation triangle like this, or possibly like a pullback consolidation like that. That would be a bearish flag, pullback kind of up to the midpoint kind of thing, like right through there. So if you saw a bearish pullback like that, that would be normal. Or a triangle where price just continues to wedge and lean on this 430 area. That's an expected outcome. Or a pullback like this, which would, again, wait for the moving averages to come in and then just knock it down. So that's on SPY. So not expecting anything big right now. For those of you that are visiting with me, I want to tell you, like, you want to find the next product that's going to move 100%, 200%. I mean, this is the place to find it. This is what I look for. This is what I try to set you up for. You want to look for the next MMRP pattern. Just think about it, all right? It's going to take you 20 good trades to make 5 or 10%. All right? You want to double your account. All right? You got to think about really good trades. Trades in like products that are going to make 100, 200, 300, 400%. That's what you want to find. And this is the place to find it. This is what I search for, is those trades that are going to produce that 2, 3, 400%. I mean, what did this one yield right here? This MMRP pattern must have yielded me probably close to, my whole account went up 30, 40%. Right there, just on that pattern there that happened over 48 hours. 48 hours. Bam, just like that. All right, so I'm going to turn off the recording. Everybody out there in YouTube land and Rumble land, hope you subscribe. Hope you like the video. Please consider a trial. We have trials here at BYOB for $24.50. It's 30 days of access to our trading room. And then we've also got the last day of open house is today. All right. So I'm going to hit the recorder and I'll take questions.